What's up, family? Welcome to Ask the Mods.
Where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
I mean, that right there is real.
It's just me. It's just in me. Stank. Play your breath in my face. Let's see if you want 3 for 3.
This right here is my special wife, Fiona.
And this right here is my interesting husband, Ahize.
Why you gotta roll your eyes and grit on me?
He's trying to call me special. He's trying to go on me a little bit because I've been getting on his nerves a little bit.
Basically.
Likewise, my brother. Likewise.
All right, y'all. Today we want to touch on a topic that we probably should have touched on a long time ago.
Well, we have.
Yeah, we have. Mm-hmm. But we're going to give specific emphasis to it and attention to it today. You know, a lot of times when we're out and about, at least I know when I'm out and about with the kids, we have 4 children, y'all. And when I'm out and about with the kids, a lot of times people compliment me on how well behaved our children are.
We get that a lot.
Yeah, a whole lot. And so, you know, today, actually a couple of days ago, my wife and I, we were just talking about the fact that, you know, versus specifically focusing on relationships all the time, because that's what we primarily do, what we need to be doing is really talking about, you know, how we hold it down and how we, you know, really manage to tend to our children and take care of our children and have our children represent us in the way they do in the world. So, you know, I think that that's something that we're going to, you know, jump into here.
And we are, and really, I have to thank one of my friends, you know who you are, who asked a question. She said, Iana, I mean, your children are wonderfully behaved every time I see them. Why don't y'all talk about, you know, what y'all do? Why don't you, you know, talk about parenting issues? And then, you know, my background is also in dealing with children who have behavior difficulties and issues and that kind of thing. So I do have some insight from that angle. But we're just gonna pay more attention to that because this is blackloveandmarriage.com, and a healthy marriage oftentimes includes healthy children, and so it all relates. So we're going to give you just a small little tip today, right? And what is that going to be, my dear?
The tip that I want to focus on today is that, you know, we make it a point to actually be invested and spend time with our children. You know, we're present. And the reason why I say that that's a point that, you know, really needs to be lifted up is because I think that, especially as a black man, you know, a lot of black men don't, you know, take the time to really be present in the lives of their children and in their relationships with their children. They might be around.
Define present.
Yeah, present doesn't necessarily mean that you're just in the same room with your child. You know, present means that you're actually actively engaging your child, talking to your child, touching your child,
taking an interest,
and, you know, really spending time with your child. Like my wife said, taking an interest in your child. And I take pride, and I really feel good about the fact that in my relationship with my 4 children, what I do is I'm invested in my children.
You are, baby.
You know, I really am. I'm really invested in my children. So I think that that's one of the key things that really goes a long way and helps our children to be as grounded as they are and are able to present in the world as they do. Because I spend time with them and I let them know that I love them.
And we both do. We both do. And I guess we'll just round it out by saying this. What I often tell folks is that the time and attention you pay to your children now and that you spend with them when they're younger is going to transfer to when they get older. When you want them to come and share with you as they get older, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it in general. Even the most healthy, well-adjusted child naturally pushes away from parents as they get older because they're trying to get a sense of who they are. But when there's something that's really heavy, when they really need to be able to get some support and you want them to come back to you, when you have set the example by having moments where you are just with that person, where you are spending concentrated time with each of your children by themselves and having particular activities that you do just with that one child. You know, when you really, like my husband said, invest and take an interest in your children, you are building a relationship that will set the tone of your relationship for years to come. So that's what we wanted to share with you today.
Can I just say something?
That you gotta be present.
Let me just say something real quick. The other day, when I was
taking a
about to
long
leave,
time.
well, we good. The other day when I was about to leave the house, you know, my 9-year-old son, he actually came up to me and said, you know, Baba, where are you going? And they call me Baba, which means father in Swahili. So he said, where are you going? And so when I had some space to him by myself, I asked him, I said, you know, son, why whenever I'm about to leave the house, why do you always ask me, where am I going?
Because it's consistent. They're like, where you going? Where you going?
Yeah, but I really wanted to ask my 9-year-old son that question. And what he said to me was that, because I don't want you to go. And I said, well, why don't you want me to go? And he said, because I love you and I want you to be here with me. And so that right there, it really said a lot to me that he really values my presence in his life, in his space. And
y'all women know. I mean, this is a turn on. I see my husband talking about his children. Lord have mercy.
So I really wanted you all to, just really get the fact that you got to be present. Being present is so key, it's so essential to really establish a healthy relationship with your child and having your child to be healthy as they grow up.
Yeah. All right. As always, y'all, we hope that this has been of help to you. It's given you a little more insight or reminded you of what you already know, but you ain't been acting like you know. Take some time out to spend time with your children, whether they be biological or not. You have children in the world. As always, stop playing and start pushing.